Hey, Pulley626 here. I wanted to make a video really quick on benefits I've learned that the military has offered that I haven't mentioned in my previous videos because I just, discovered them. So, it's pretty much a did you know type of video. And this is strictly for the Air Force because I had been reading a lot for the Air Force again. Because, like I said in my previous video, I'm taking Air Force ROTC. And I'm still looking into the Marine Platoon Leaders class, so um, looking at both. And it's possible I can do both and make my final decision my junior year. So, that's probably what I'm going to do. Anyway, did you know? Did you guys know that the Air Force pays for medical school? Yes, it's crazy. I didn't know this. The deal is, I'm trying to figure out the specifics. What I read is if you're a pre-med student and you get accepted to medical school within a year of graduating college, the Air Force pays full expenses for you to go to medical school and for you to do whatever special thing you want to do. If you want to be a general doctor, if you want to be a specific type of doctor, they pay for medical school, books, rooms, board, just everything. It's freaking amazing. In turn, it could be a downside for you, but to be honest, medical school. I was just looking at prices and I saw like an average of $200,000 uh, that people accumulate in debt after medical school. So you're debt free for all 4 years of college, for all 4 years of your undergrad, and then your PhD. But in turn, the Air Force asks that you give back 10 years. But the time that you spend in medical school actually counts as active duty time. So if you take 4 years to complete medical school, that's already 4 years off your contract for the Air Force. Say then you specialize in something that could be 5 to 6 years you're taking out. Then you got your residency, which could be it could be about 2 years, 2 to 4 years. So by the time you really finish all your educational training, you really might owe the Air Force 2 to 3 years max. I know a doctor that actually didn't owe the Air Force any time but like a year because of how much training he had to do. So that's something to look in if you wanna if you're looking into going to medical field. Like I actually stopped and looked at medical field for a while, and I'm still looking at med school because you don't necessarily have to. This is another did you know? You don't necessarily have to be pre med to go to medical school. The fun fact is most people who get accepted to medical school actually didn't major in pre med at all. Um, I know, shocking. The number one group of majors that get accepted to medical school is biomedical engineers, and I was actually leaning towards doing that at the beginning when I was looking into going to college. So if you're in a medical, that could be your thing. Same with law. Um, if you're looking into doing law, just another did you know? Uh, yeah, I don't know if you don't have to be a pre-law student to get accepted to law school. I didn't look it up because I'm not interested in it. But the Air Force does pay for you to go to law school and get your degree and do all that stuff. And they also have jobs for lawyers. Like the military has doctors, not just not just medics, but they have full doctors. They have their own surgeons. They have their own pediatricians. They have everything. Um, and Air Force hospitals by far they are the most decent hospitals the military has to offer. They're not the most decent; they're the best. The they accommodate what busy busy. Sorry about that. Um, they accommodate all their patients. The facilities are really nice. But lost my train of thought. Crap. I'm just gonna go on then. All right. The Air Force also, this is another did you know, pays their scientists. So if you get accepted as a scientist for the Air Force, this is how it works. So you got your undergrad. Say I got my undergrad in chemistry, and I want to be a chemist. The Air Force will say, okay, you can be a chemist. Not only your first couple years in the Air Force, you're strictly getting your graduate's degree, full paid for. They're paying for you to go to grad school and get your grad degree in your specific science, whether it be physics, chemistry, biology, whatever it may be. And when you're out, then you either stick in that specific field and you're doing your thing. You're conducting research. You're doing tests. You're performing analysis. And you get a top secret clearance because you're doing all these things for the military, and you maybe developing something that the military might want to keep secret. It go from everything from jet propulsions to rockets, fighting something medical. Science is a broad aspect, um, and also, did the Air Force, um, their space program is the same size as NASA. So if you're into astronomy or astrology or whatever it may be, or rockets, the Air Force got it. Any job, like I said in my previous videos about the military, any job you can think of, the military has. You just got to pick one, whatever your interest is, whether it be music, writing, journalism, science, math. They have it. Teaching. That's about it. All I want to talk about. There's developmental engineering, and I'm not completely sure about it. I was messaging an old teacher of mine who's currently a major, I think about to make lieutenant colonel, and in the Air Force, and he said he personally never heard of it. It sounds like just rename something, or the Air Force does that frequently. Will they rename, or something will get its own AFSC, or personal slot. So uh, that's all I want to talk about. So, Pulley 626 out. That was a fun Did You Know, I hope.